The final awakening call. I tell you to keep your home in the light and not fall asleep in this important hour. Beloved child, I do not come to you to sow fear, nor to trouble your heart, but to awaken within you the holy watchfulness that you have often forgotten amid the busyness of life. Stop right now. Do not hurry onward. Do not let your eyes pass over these words like a fleeting breeze. Breathe deeply. Let your heart become still. Let every noise outside grow quiet for a moment. And listen to me from the deepest place within you. There are words I do not speak to make you afraid, but to protect you. There are signs that do not come to make you tremble, but to remind you that heaven is guarding you, that before a strange wind rises, I have already known its path and placed my hand around the place where you dwell. Understand this. This awakening call is not an empty echo, nor is it a message for you to take lightly and then forget. Sometimes you have become too accustomed to reassuring yourself, too accustomed to saying that everything will be fine while deep within you, you have already sensed that something is not right. I know the moments when you suddenly feel uneasy without knowing why. The times when the atmosphere around you becomes heavy. The times when you wake in the middle of the night and your heart feels urged to pray, to rise, to look again at what you have left unguarded in your life. Do not quickly dismiss those feelings as something vague. There are movements that ordinary eyes cannot see, but an awakened heart can recognize. And when I allow you to recognize them, it is because I love you too much to let you walk in carelessness. I am calling you back to vigilance in faith, not so that you will suspect everyone, nor so that you will live as though surrounded, but so that you will know your home must be covered with prayer, with peace, with purity, and with firm trust in me. There are things that do not enter through wooden doors or glass windows, but slip in through weariness, through unresolved anger, through negative words, through fears you have nourished for too long, through gaps you thought were small, but that were enough for darkness to try to sow confusion. My child, I do not want you to live exposed in the very place that should be your shelter of peace. I want every room, every small corner, every breath within your home to be filled with light, so that anything not belonging to peace will have no place to rest. Tonight, walk more slowly, and do not treat this day as though it were like every other day. Not because darkness has greater authority than I do, but because I am teaching you to stand in your rightful place. You are not a child abandoned in a violent wind. You belong to me, and wherever my presence dwells, that place does not belong to fear. But you must also cooperate with the light. You must learn to close the doors of anxiety. Stop allowing confused words to rule your thoughts. And stop letting voices that steal your peace guide your decisions. Place your hand upon your chest and tell me that this home belongs to goodness, to love, to mercy, to the protection of the one who called your name before you knew how to call your own. When you confess this in faith, the atmosphere around you will begin to change. I have seen what you have not seen. I have gone before you into the dark places you had not yet noticed. I have held back many things you never knew about, pushed away many arrows you never heard, and covered you in nights when you thought you were merely lying there alone. You do not know how many times my peace has stood like an invisible wall around you. You do not know how many times I caused a path to turn aside, an intention to dissolve, a disturbance to stop before it came near your life. Therefore, when I remind you today, it is not because I have only just begun to notice you, but because I have always been watching over you. And now, I want you to stay awake with me. Do not let delay become the veil that covers your eyes. You often say that tomorrow you will pray more. Tomorrow, you will set your heart in order. Tomorrow you will return your home to peace. Tomorrow, you will stop opening the door to the things that drain you. But beloved child, there are acts of obedience that should not be left until tomorrow. There are small actions of faith that must be done the moment the light speaks. Rise in calmness, not in haste, not in panic. Walk through the place where you live with reverence. Ask for peace to fill every room. Forgive wherever bitterness still remains. Silence the curses you once spoke over yourself. Cast away the thoughts that make you feel weak, abandoned, and unworthy. Let your mouth become a spring of blessing. If you believe in divine protection, then your response is not only in a written comment or an outward sign, but in a heart truly opened before me. Let your Amen become a living agreement that you choose to stand on the side of light. Choose to trust my care. Choose to guard your home by faith instead of letting fear control you. And if you recognize that I often send signs before seasons of movement, receive that with humility. I do not need you to display your faith so that others may see it. I want you to live that faith in the secret place, where only you and I know how your heart softened, how you returned, and how you laid every burden again at my feet. Remember this, beloved child, every warning that comes from me is wrapped in love. I do not shout at you so that you shrink back. I call you so that you may stand more firmly. I do not bring light into darkness to terrify you, but to show you that darkness has no right to hide when I am present. Therefore, do not feed panic, and do not mock the inner call within you. Quietly set your heart in order. Let your home become a place of peace, a place where words are purified, where loved ones are held with kindness, where your sleep is placed under my keeping. When you do this, you will no longer see tonight as something frightening, but as a moment when I draw you closer, teach you to pray more deeply, trust more strongly, and live more watchfully. Now, hear me with complete peace. Nothing is greater than my power over your life. No presence can overcome the light I place around you when you invite me to dwell in every empty space. No scheme can be stronger than the love that has covered you from the beginning. You are not abandoned, not exposed, not forgotten. I am with you, in this breath, in this room, in this night, and in every day ahead. Close the door of fear, open the door of faith, and let my peace guard you like a holy flame that never fades. What I want you to do is not tremble, but stay awake, not panic, but pray, not doubt, but believe that I have seen. I am acting, and I will keep you in my merciful arms. I am giving you protection, but that protection asks of you a heart that listens, eyes that remain watchful, and a faith that does not waver. Beloved child, do not treat this word as a distant call and then allow your heart to drift back into scattered concerns. There are hours in life that do not come to frighten you, but to awaken you from carelessness. There are reminders not meant to make you tremble, but to draw you back beneath the shadow of my peace. I do not want you to live in panic, nor do I want you to walk like one who has no guidance. I want you to understand that when I place protection around you, I also invite you to cooperate through trust, through prayer, through purity of heart, and through the decision to open the door of your life so that my light may enter. Every night may carry things your eyes cannot see, but I never leave you alone in the darkness. There are forces that want to sow unease into your heart, to disturb the peace of your home, to make you doubt my love and power. But remember this, the plan of darkness is never greater than my purpose. Evil may lurk quietly, but my presence covers every road more widely. Intentions that seek to shake you may try to enter through fear, anger, division, and unloving words. But I have placed before you a higher path, the path of faith, humility, watchfulness, and surrender. Therefore, do not ask only for protection while still holding tightly to the things that draw your heart away from me. Do not desire peace while still nourishing anger in secret. Do not hope for light to cover your home while allowing distraction, pride, doubt, and resentment to occupy your heart. I do not say this to condemn you, but to lift you up. There are doors that are not made of wood at the front of the house, but are found in your attitude, in your words, and in the things you allow into your mind each day. When you choose forgiveness, you close an entrance to bitterness. When you choose prayer, you open a pathway for peace. When you choose to trust me more than fear, you restore the authority of light over the very space where you live. Stand up with gentleness, yet with strength. There is no need for noise, no need to tremble, no need to imagine things that trouble your heart. Walk through each room with a quiet spirit. Let your prayers spread through your home like fragrance. Speak with faith that this place belongs to peace, to love, to light, to my holy presence. Pray that every person in your family may be kept in gentleness, covered from heavy thoughts, led into restful sleep, and awakened in new hope. When you speak, do not speak like someone desperate. Speak like a child who knows the Father is listening. I am not far away. I am not indifferent. I am not standing outside the doorway watching you fight alone. I am closer than your breath, closer than your sigh, closer than the thing you have not yet been able to put into words. Perhaps you have felt a heaviness in your home that was hard to name. Perhaps you have had nights when you woke with uneasiness in your heart, moments when loneliness suddenly seemed to fall upon you, days when the atmosphere around you felt cold because of restless thoughts. But my child, do not be quick to call yourself weak, and do not allow those feelings to lead you into fear. Let them become reminders that you need to return to me more deeply. Not everything you feel is your destiny. Not every passing shadow has the right to remain. Not every whisper of anxiety deserves your belief. I give you discernment so that confusion will not pull you away. And I give you peace so that you may know that even when something stirs outside, within you can remain firm as rock. My child, do not give darkness more authority than it has. Do not speak of it more than you speak of. My goodness, do not look at signs of unease and forget the signs of grace. I have protected you through many seasons you did not recognize. I have drawn you away from dangers you never saw. I have placed people to support you at the right time, closed doors that were not good for you, and kept you from paths that looked convenient but were full of traps. If I protected you yesterday, I can also protect you today. If I guided you through dark days, I can also guide you through this night by a gentle light that cannot be extinguished. What I desire from you is not panic, but return. Return to sincere prayer. Return to gratitude. Return to gentleness in the way you speak to your loved ones. Return to the inner room, where you can meet me without hiding your weariness. When you feel restless, place your hand upon your chest and tell me that you believe. When you hear a voice within that makes you afraid, answer it with peace. When you see signs of tension in your family, choose to become one who sows harmony. When you feel your home becoming heavy, open the door first to light, to prayer, to forgiveness, and to love. I want you to understand that my protection is not only a wall that keeps evil outside, but also a stream that cleanses what is troubled inside. I do not only guard the roof above you, I also heal the atmosphere among those who live beneath that roof. I do not only cover the doors, I also touch the unspoken words, the unhealed wounds, the silent worries that make you easily lose your calm. When you invite me into everything, into your memories, your habits, your reactions, your small daily decisions. Do not only want me to stand guard outside while inside there are still rooms you keep locked. Give me the key, beloved child, not because I force you, but because I desire to make the deepest places within you bright. Tonight, let your heart rest. Pray, and then believe that your words have been heard. Clear your heart of heavy things, and then believe that peace is being established. Look upon those you love with a softer gaze, and then believe that love can dissolve many things that arguments can never repair. Remember that you are not abandoned, not exposed, not forgotten. I am your Father, your refuge, the one who keeps you in the hours you can see and in the hours you cannot see. When you sleep, I remain awake. When you are weak, I remain strong. When you do not know how to pray, I still understand your sigh. So stand in faith, not in fear. Walk in watchfulness, not in doubt. Guard your home with prayer, with love, with humility, with pure choices, and with enduring trust in me. Whatever seeks to oppose your peace will not have the final word. Whatever seeks to trouble you will not be given authority to rule your heart. I have called you a child of light, and that light does not go out simply because night falls. Let my presence cover every room, every sleep, every breath, every person you love. I am with you, and wherever I am welcomed by faith, darkness must retreat. Peace is established, and you rest in arms that never let go. If this message touches you right now, understand that I am calling you into watchfulness, not so that you will tremble, but so that you may be prepared in peace. Beloved child, some words do not come to you by accident, and some moments are not merely coincidences passing through your life like a faint wind. When I allow a reminder to draw near to you, it is because I see what you have not seen. I know what your heart has not yet understood. And I want you to stand firmly before circumstances begin to shift. I do not awaken you to sow confusion. I awaken you so that you may return beneath the covering of my love. I do not call you out of calmness so that you may worry, but so that you may recognize that true peace does not come from everything outside becoming still, but from knowing that you are being held in the hand of the one who loves you without change. You are not like the crowd drifting along with the noise of the world. I have placed a distinct mark upon you. I have upheld you through seasons when you thought you could not go on. I have sheltered you through days when you did not understand why you were still standing. But my child, that protection is not a garment for you to wear while still walking into places that darken your heart. You must remain in the light. Guard the door of your heart and watch over what you allow into your thoughts, into your home, and into the atmosphere around you. Some things begin only as harmless noise, but over time, they keep you from hearing my gentle voice. Some things appear to be entertainment, yet they draw your heart away from holy stillness. Therefore, tonight, I invite you to make your space clean, not through fear, but through a loving choice. Choose peace instead of chaos, prayer instead of confusion, my presence instead of sounds that disturb your spirit. You have prayed for a miracle, and I have heard. You have longed for an open door, for a change drawing near, for a sign that your weary days have not been forgotten. And I have preserved every word you lifted up. But you must understand that before dawn appears, the night often seems deeper before the door opens. The heart is often tested through waiting before a new season begins. Old shadows may try to pull you back into old ways of thinking. Do not let this frighten you. When pressure increases, it is not always a sign that you are about to fail. Sometimes it is a sign that you are standing very close to a turning point. What once made you tremble will not have the final word over your life. Because my hand is stronger than every pressure. My mercy is deeper than every abyss. And my light endures longer than every night. If in this moment you feel a stirring move through your heart, remain calm and recognize that I am drawing you back into sacred attention. Do not quickly assign that feeling to fear, and do not ignore it as though it means nothing. Let it remind you to stop, breathe, look around your room, and quietly say that this place belongs to peace. You are not reading these words merely to pass over them and continue sinking into busyness. This is a soft knock from heaven upon the door of your heart. Not loud, not forced, but clear enough for you to recognize it is time to return to me in stillness. You still have time, and that time is enough for a heart to turn back. Enough for a sincere prayer. Enough for a pure decision that from this moment on, you will no longer let darkness guide your mind. Bow yourself in your secret place, not because you are being pressured, but because you are being invited into closeness. Offer to me your room, your home, the people you love, every door, every small corner, every worry you have not spoken aloud. Speak with your own voice, because words spoken in faith have power to rebuild the weary places within your heart. Do not merely whisper like someone unsure whether they are heard. Speak like a child who knows the Father is bending his ear close. Declare that peace dwells in your home, that my love covers your family, that no fear has the right to rule tonight. You do not need to cry out in panic. You only need to speak with steady faith, because power is not found in the volume of your voice, but in the trust within your heart as you turn toward me. Tonight does not need to be a night of fear for you. It can become a night of turning. A night when you re-establish the boundary between what nourishes you and what drains you. I am teaching you to distinguish light from the things that pretend to be light. I am showing you that not every door should be opened. Not every voice deserves to be heard. And not every invitation leads you toward life. Some people live carelessly with the things that harden their hearts. But you do not need to follow them. You are called to honor what is holy, to live awake, and not to play with the things that pull you away from purity. That boundary is not punishment. It is a fence of love that I raise to protect you from what you cannot yet see from afar. If you are still here, still reading, still allowing your heart to open before this reminder, then receive it as a gentle opportunity. I have never given up on you, even when you have often become distracted. I have never turned my face away from you, even when you walk through seasons of confusion. But I will not force you to remain under the shelter if you insist on running outside the realm of peace. My love always invites, always opens its arms, always waits. But you must open the door of your heart. You must allow me to enter the places you once locked because you were afraid they would be touched. You must let your faith become greater than the old voices, your trust stronger than the habit of doubt, and the light allowed to shine into the corners you have grown accustomed to hiding. So, beloved child, even if there is still a trembling within you, speak to me with complete honesty. Father, I trust you more than my fears. You do not need ornate words, and you do not need to appear stronger than what you are feeling. I do not require you to be perfect before you draw near to me. I only want you to be honest, tender, and willing to be led. When you speak that word of trust, you remove fear from the throne of your heart. When you choose to lift your eyes toward me, you give control back to love. And when you let me cover this night, you will realize that my protection is not only around you like a wall, but also within you like a quiet stream of peace. Firm, gentle, and impossible to steal. Let tonight become the milestone when you no longer live being pulled back and forth between anxiety and faith. Let it be the night you close the entrances of unease, clear away the noises that cloud your heart, and open wide the door for my presence. I am nearer than you think. I do not come with a rod of punishment, but with open arms. I do not stand far away watching you struggle. I step into the middle of the disturbance and call you by a tender name. You are my child, loved, protected, and guided. Therefore, rest in this truth. Light does not need to fight to prove that it is light. It only needs to be present. And darkness must retreat. Tonight, remain in that light, and let me do the rest with power, wisdom, and love that never runs dry. You need to listen to this carefully. I never send you a serious reminder without also opening before you a path of peace to walk through. Beloved child, every call from heaven carries mercy within it. Every awakening is covered in love. and every door of escape I prepare is for those who know how to respond with trust. Do not think you have been abandoned in darkness, and do not let fear whisper that you have no one to lift you up. The one who formed the heavens, laid the foundation of the wide earth, and called each star by name, in the silence, is the very one who sees you in this moment. I have never forgotten you, never taken my eyes from you, and never allowed you to pass through a single night without my protection covering you. Remember this: the one who once opened a way through the deep sea still has the power to open a path in the storms of today. What you are facing may cause your heart to tremble, but it is not greater than my hand. Winds may rise, noises may distract you, worries may pull your mind far away, but I remain there, steady as the holy mountain, gentle as the breath of dawn. I still send messengers of light to guard you, still place small signs upon the road you walk, still speak to you in the silences the world does not hear. And tonight, this word is not for someone else before it is for you. It is for you, so that you may wake, so that you may rise, so that you may know this moment is not accidental. This is not the time to scroll past as though everything were only a passing call. Nor is this the time to tell yourself that later you will return in prayer. My child, there are moments when I draw near and knock on the door of your heart with gentle urgency, not to make you panic, but to pull you out of delay. Delay is sometimes a thin veil that keeps you from recognizing the important thing standing right before your eyes. Therefore, stop, breathe slowly, lay down what is scattering your attention. Return to me with all the sincerity still within you. When you respond, you will discover peace, not because circumstances have immediately changed, but because you know you are standing in the presence of the one who never fails. You are standing before a sacred threshold, where every choice within your heart carries a deeper meaning than you realize. Heaven is watching to see what you will choose, whether you will rise in the light or shrink back in fear, whether you will intercede with love or remain silent before what needs to be covered, whether you will hold tightly to me or allow the current of distraction to carry you away. I do not call you so that you may be confused. I call you so that you may be alert. I do not awaken you so that you may tremble. I awaken you so that you may recognize the power of obedience, the strength of prayer, and the safety of a heart that knows how to take refuge in me. Therefore, tonight, do not let distraction steal your clarity. Darkness often seeks an entrance through moments of carelessness, through things that seem small but draw you away from peace. But tonight, you are no longer unclear. Tonight, your eyes are opened in wisdom. Tonight, you close the doors that do not belong to the light. Tonight, you stand firm, not by your own strength, but by the faith I uphold. Take my hand, beloved child. Let my peace surround you like a fortress, and know that when you stand with me, no darkness has the authority to decide your ending.